Hello, Roman named Jaleesa, JJ Muti, so Shush Game Views, everybody. And now I want to give you my original season 3, episode 5 review, The Axeman's Letter. And what a fantastic episode original. This was easily my favorite episode originals for season 3 so far. And here's the thing before I get to Klaus and Elijah and Aurora's relationship right now, let me just start off with what's happening around. Davina, right now, since the Axeman's Letter Day, it's a holiday for witches. And right now, Davina is getting all this stuff from other witch covens, like gold, sacrifice, and all that stuff. But the thing is, though, Davina gets advice from. She has Haley and Jackson as her bodyguards against the witches that want to hurt her. And basically, she's telling this one witch, young man that swore revenge against her, that basically we have to change things. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be this person. And basically, she's gonna try her own way. She's not gonna try to suck up to the witches anyway. Either I want you to all to do a new age, where you don't have to sacrifice children, where you don't have to do blood sacrifice. We could find a new way, and that's what I like about the video. She's trying to do something new, and she's not trying to go with the flow of this old hypocritical bullshit of the witches in New Orleans. Because all the witches in New Orleans, in my opinion, are hypocrites. They're all power hungry. They all want their own style, and they do murder when it suits them. Davina's not like that. Davina's trying to change things. Granted, she did do that recently with Haley, and since Haley gave her that advice of to try to be a new person, try to be yourself, and all that stuff, and don't do your own way, she granted Haley her freedom from that from a curse, but she ain't gonna use it over Haley's head. She gave Haley the candle that holds the curse together, and basically that's make sure that Haley and Jackson don't have to go in wolf form, so it protects them from the curse. So she ain't gonna use that against them. So that's a good thing about Davina. Another thing, Cammy and Vincent were tailing Lucian to make sure he doesn't kill nobody because they still believe he's a serial killer. So Lucian decides to do the best thing. He frames Cammy for being a serial killer. That detective arrests Cammy, and basically, um, just arresting her. She's a suspect, and now she's getting caught up in the middle of this. And poor Cammy getting stuck with Klaus's old protege Lucian is just not fun. But let's go back to the originals. Elijah and Klaus went head to head in a battle. Full blooded and all that stuff. Here's the thing, we get more of the past of how Klaus and Elijah were vampires at the beginning. They know how to cure humans now, they know what could turn them and all that stuff. And Aurora, Klaus's true love, wants that to happen. During the present time, Klaus is like heartbroken and all. Well, he's not heartbroken. During the present time, he just wants to find out the answers why Aurora's here. She wants to protect Rebecca, but Rebecca's not there. So they try doing the next best thing. Aurora basically. Oh, by the way, Rebecca's coming back, and Aurora just basically tells Klaus some of the deep, darkest secrets of Elijah. And Elijah knows about it too. He tried to convince his brother to listen earlier, but he did not. So, and technically, this is not Elijah's fault. It was just through the red door what he did wrong. So let's start it off. Aurora, and let's just say this about Aurora and Klaus. Aurora and Klaus' relationship, they were like the epic true love story. Right after Klaus murdered his mother and framed his father for it, and while they were hiding out, Klaus basically felt in love with a woman. He fell in love with Aurora. He told her his deepest, darkest secrets, that he killed his mother. A big secret, and he told her, and he loved her and he loves her. This is obviously Klaus's first true love, and Aurora's too, because she's kind of often in some cases, but she bonds with Klaus too, and she says she'll never reveal his secret. But she's also very manipulative too. Since Klaus didn't want her to turn because he believes he's perfect just the way she are. And I like this idea of Klaus, of how he doesn't want to turn Lucian or Aurora. He didn't want to turn none of these people because he believes he's cursed and he doesn't want this curse upon them. That's a really different aspect of who Klaus' character is right now at the present to a person that he wasn't before. And I like that we still see this humanity in Klaus. So I'm wondering, where did Klaus lose his humanity totally and became a vicious monster? Because he kills, but you can see he regrets killing. So I'm wondering what sparked it. And of course, it's the love of a woman. Aurora says she never loved Klaus and breaks his heart, and because of Klaus's and his family has to leave because Michael's on his way, because Cole and probably Klaus killed a whole bunch of people, and now they spread the rumors and they're sort of running. But Aurora doesn't want to leave with Klaus. She breaks his heart, tells him all this stuff, and because of that, you could see that he doesn't care no more. And usually, when you see most vampires, like Vampire Diaries and the originals, when they break their heart or something bad happens to them, they usually shut off their emotions. They usually become bloodthirsty monsters. They do evil stuff, and probably this is the reason why Klaus went down because of the broken heart of Aurora. She made him like that. Or did she? Elijah, when he was like, we're leaving, and he was leaving, Aurora was like, I'll come with you guys. And what I mean by, also another thing before I go into how Aurora became a vampire, Aurora became a vampire because she manipulated Rebecca, she pretended to kill herself, Rebecca healed her with her blood, and Aurora jumped out a freaking window in order to become a vampire. So, yeah, that was messed up. Aurora is manipulated. When she wants to be a vampire, Klaus didn't turn her, she was going to do it. But the thing is, though, with Elijah and Aurora, Elijah accidentally compelled Aurora Aurora's like, I want to go with you guys. I'm one of you. Then Elijah's like, no, you're not one of us. Then Aurora's like, well, Klaus told me one of his deep, dark secrets that I'll never tell. And Elijah gets pissed off, like, tell me. And then he tells her the secret. Then Elijah gets pissed off because Klaus killed their mother. And so he decides to compel Aurora to break Klaus's heart. And through this cycle, Elijah technically made Klaus into the villain he is today. And a lot of people could say, oh, well, Elijah said, well, Klaus has done terrible things to Elijah. Well, here's the thing. If we're looking at the straight up beginning of time of when they were born, Klaus has been beat up by his father, manipulated by his mother, turned back by his mother, and when he found out his father actually died, his actual father, he killed his mother in a fit of rage and so many other stuff. And since he was turned into a vampire and realized that he's not full-blooded of Michael and he's only half-brothers with his siblings, I bet he probably felt more alone than ever. I bet he felt probably more enraged. And to finally find someone in his life that he could trust and love, which was Aurora, and to break his heart was hurt. Klaus was made... People say Klaus is a villain. Yes, Klaus is a villain. But all this stuff of him being beat up by his father, manipulated by his mother, turned back upon his mother, it drew many years of life since he was a little boy to the day he turned into a vampire. That's a fucking long time to get abused and mentally abused. And then to have your own brother technically betray you, and for it to technically betray because Elijah didn't know what he was doing. It was the first time for compulsion. But the fact is that he did not fix this problem for Aurora in 1,000 years. What kind of fucked up shit is that, Elijah? Maybe he forgot, I'm not 100% sure, but if that was the true case, then Elijah technically was a big part of who Klaus' character was. And I think Klaus has a lot of resentment towards Elijah for many cases for Elijah never protected him from his father. Because when I see Elijah and Klaus, I just don't always see them as brother. I see sometimes Klaus looks up to Elijah as a father figure. In many cases, I think Klaus wanted to grow up to be like Elijah. But the fact that Elijah did his thing, and at the end we get this fight scene between them, like Elijah's like, I always protected you, I always had your back. But then Klaus says, what is it for? Guilt? It could be guilt for many things. Guilt for not protecting his brother from an abusive father. Guilt for breaking Klaus's heart with Aurora. There could be so many reasons why the factors of Elijah's not totally noble. I mean, get this now. He's more vicious now than ever in the originals, and so does Klaus. Does this make them both hypocrites? Yes, they do. Klaus has done plenty of evil towards his family, but we never see it really fully started. I think this is where it fully started. The breakup of a woman broke his heart. And could he have done a better job of his emotions? Yes. Did he had to kill all his siblings' lovers? No. Did he had to kill Gia? No. But there are so many things, betrayals, everything, of paranoia, and all that stuff that made Klaus into the character he was. To me, what made Klaus a character of anything of a villain was his father and his mother. Elijah and all the other siblings, did they have small parts? Yes, but I think Elijah now has the biggest one right now. I think this really solidified why Klaus became the way he is. Could he take responsibility? Yes. Could he admit his faults? Yes. But Elijah, oh my god, I just could not believe Elijah did this to Klaus even by accident or intentionally. And this is just hurtful. And plus, it was the mother. She was manipulative. She turned her back on her own son. Didn't tell him that you had another father out there. You let your son get beat up since the day he was born, get abused physically and mentally. I'm sorry, but a woman who stands by and lets her son get beat up in front of her, an abusive asshole, and doesn't hardly do anything to stop it. To me, she's not a mother. A man that beats up a little kid, his own son, or supposed son, is not a father. Elijah, to me, was a father figure to Klaus and a brother to Klaus. And I say, is he a brother to Klaus? Absolutely. But he's also a son of the mother, and because it also depends how the relationship is, and it is heartbreaking, all that stuff. That's why I like Elijah's and Klaus' relationship. It's like, just like Elijah, just like Klaus's and Rebecca's relationship. They're so tormented. They are the definition of curse, and I love this episode, the original. So yeah, everyone, my name's Jalise, signing off. Everyone, this is the original season 3 episode 5 review, the Axeman's Letter. Let me know what y'all think of everyone about this fantastic fucking episode of the original. It was amazing. Check it out, everyone. Named Jalise, signing off. Everyone, yeah, with everybody. Bye bye.